guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Fozzie, for waking me up. I fell asleep. I fell asleep probably 10 minutes before I was ready to start the stream. Like I was wide awake. I was ready to go. And then the next thing I know, Fozzie calls me. Yeah, it was so I got off work and I went through easily 9 hours of court videos. And I'm going to show you what I found. It got to about the 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. mark, and my stream starts at 4:30 my time. And I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble. I have nothing. There was nothing. I found nothing today at all. So, so I just went back to the past, to one of the clips that I keep thinking about. I keep wondering how these people are doing. They can't be doing well. And I'm going to show that again today. But this is what I found after 9 hours.
Cameras on. How do you get the cameras on? That's so long since I used it.
There we are. Look how beautiful.
Absolutely.
That's what I got. That's what I got after 9 hours, and that has never happened before. Usually something happens, and I have a lot. Like it wasn't just like Georgia. I looked through a whole bunch of courts, and it was just nothing. There was nothing for me to get. So this was a clip from before I even got a camera, back on my old crappy laptop. So but it's still it's a good clip, even though the audio is weird. And you'll hear me talking. I didn't cut that out. I left it in. So um some of you might remember it. It was a while ago. And it stops. So there's 2 clips total, and the second one stops, and then I have to start another video to finish it. Because back then, that's how I rolled. All right, here we go. Here's a neighbor from hell, and if you have a daughter, oh my gosh, this is your worst freaking nightmare. I know.
We've done everything except Mr. Salento, number 6. Tony Salento, are you still on the line?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Does anybody remember him? I think about him often. I think about these poor people right here often.
Mark, he walked out of the room.
I'm here. I'm present. I'm Fran Barrett.
Okay. All right, Mr. Salento, are you ready to go forward with this case?
Yes.
All right.
I can proceed?
Mr. Walmark? Yes. Come on up here and sit at this table. Which table? Just up here. All right. Mr. Walmark and Ms. Barrett, you're the petitioners in this matter, correct? Go forward, please.
Well, this has been an ongoing issue with Mr. Salento. Actually, my daughter got a restraining order again.
That is not my audio. That's his voice.
It's Mr. Salento, I believe it was last year. I don't have the exact date. And subsequently, he has shown up at our house 3 times since he's had the restraining order. And I have called the law enforcement officer each time. And one of the sheriffs suggested that my wife and I get our own restraining order. And so that's what we're attempting to do. I'm not really sure what Mr. Salento's intention is to continue to show up at our house. I don't know what he wants. He's making us very nervous. I have several questions. I'm not sure if this is the appropriate time to ask them or not, but we're just very concerned about his stability and why he's bothering us.
Does your daughter live at your residence?
Yes, she does.
And when he appears at your residence, does he ask for her?
He has in the past, yes. And he actually used to be very friendly and would acknowledge that he wasn't supposed to be there. But the last few times he was there, he has been very agitated and a little bit unnerved. And one time he seemed very angry. And then the last time I didn't even acknowledge him. I just called 911 right away.
Does anybody remember this guy?
And the last time, one thing I forgot to do here. Mr. Walmark and Mr. Barrett, Mr. Salento, would you each raise your right hand? I forgot to swear you in before this testimony here. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth in all matters in relation to this case today?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I did.
All right. So the answers to the questions I asked you previously would be the same at this point? Okay. And the last time he appeared, you said he called 911 right away.
Yes, that's what I was instructed to do by Detective Lockett.
And was your daughter present at the time?
Last time she was not.
All right. So they didn't charge Mr. Salento with the violation of the order.
Yes,
They did, because he was still, the order is that he can't come to the property as well, not alone just my daughter. And he did. And so he has actually been jailed twice now. The first time he came on after her restraining order was February 6th. They did not arrest him, which was okay. But then he showed up again on June 4th or June 12th. And he did get arrested one day. And then 8 days later, he showed up again and was arrested again. And I think it was Judge Meyer put a bond on him for to hold him on until they can pay.
I see.
And then I think he's been, and that's where I had him served at one point.
Don't worry, guys. He has plenty of money to pay. Don't worry. You'll see.
While he was incarcerated.
Is the order your daughter has from this court or from the Olympia Municipal Court?
This one.
This court. Yeah. All right. You said you had some questions of the court or of Mr. Salento?
Well, I guess one of Mr. Salento. I want to know why he keeps coming when he knows he shouldn't. I have two very long driveways. One from the county road to my driveway, and then a very long thing to my driveway. And as he's driving down there, I can't understand why he's not saying I should not be doing this and turn around. Why does he keep showing up?
Okay. What else?
Well, I have two, one real good friend and another acquaintance that have also had problems with Mr. Salento. One of them has her own restraining order because he was hanging out at her property, confused somehow with my daughter. And then another acquaintance had a run-in with him and had to call the police on him as well. And so I guess one of my questions is, does he have any prior incidences that we don't know about? And what really is his mental state? I mean, he's got us pretty shaky. We've put up security devices. We've got a gate across our road now, and he just doesn't seem to stop.
Okay. Ms. Barrett, do you have anything you wish to add?
No, that he's made our life very uncomfortable, and we don't feel safe in our home anymore, and that's that.
So the last time he appeared was June 20th?
Yes,
All right.
that we know of.
All right. All right, Mr. Salento, what's your response to the
Here we
So
go.
this is going to
requested?
be oh,
Hold on. What's your
sorry.
response to the requested restraining order in this case?
Okay, this is going to be a tale of two cities. So, one side, you have the records, which have been going on. The other side, you have the sensibility of the trash bin. And the only person who know that is the Walmart. They know about the trash bin, the lights, the noises from the neighbors and all that stuff. They would know what that means. Now, would they actually testify? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. This is the real world. But me coming over, it's because of those responses. The trash bin, which they do know about it, and the lights, which they do know about it. That is it. Other than that, Your Honor, I really do not want to go there. I don't want to bug them. Of course I do not want to bug them. I just thought that was the scenario. So someone also once asked, do I have family, parents to talk to? I did. I did talk to them, actually. They also told me I shouldn't go all the way to Hannah because they believe Hannah's playing me. And that's what they said. So, yes. Someone also once asked me, too, why did it take so long to get there? What took me so long is this. I do like Hannah, but I like Hannah to a point of favoritism, which is not a good thing because I'm not conscious. I don't do anything reasonable. I lash out. I have, all that thing is not good for me. Yes. Do I think she's very pretty and all that? Yes.
Okay, as a parent, that right there was very, very over the top. What he just said in court was just enough for me. Enough. This poor Hannah. I can't imagine what she goes through.
But no, I'm not. I shouldn't go for her, and I know. So if this is the stop, then this is the stop. So that's all I just want to say. Now, I know it's confusing. It's confusing.
Walmart, do you know anything about the trash cans and the lights he's talking about?
I have no idea what's up about the trash.
Wait, he has to know because Tony said that he knew all about it, all about the trash cans.
Maybe the lights, not exactly sure. I mean, we've done some security measures, but he shouldn't know about that because he shouldn't be there.
My trash bin. My trash bin.
So be quiet right now. Let Mr. Walmart speak, and then we'll have you
I wanted to
give you
know
another
that.
opportunity.
Yeah, I have no idea what trash bin he's talking about, unless it's because he did have an altercation with a friend of mine. I don't recall the trash bin being involved in that. And then I did hear him talking about some other people. He threw supposedly, this is what they told me, a very large putty knife type thing over someone's house and into their yard, almost striking them. And this is what I was told. And they went over to confront him about that. And he was very, very agitated and supposedly wouldn't open the door and talk to this other gentleman. Again, those are not things that I was involved in. They're just things because I know these people.
All right.
And sir,
You said somebody told you to go there to find out about trash cans or lights? Who told you?
Sometimes talking to me.
He said, I thought I understood you to say that someone told you to go to the property to find out about the trash cans or the lights.
No one
Who told you to go there?
No one told me. It's just been ongoing occurrence. That's all.
Did anybody tell you not to go to that property?
John, this thing has been going on for a very long time. And the thing is, Yana, it's not going to make sense because a lot of it's he said, she said. So the thing is, Yana, that's what's going on. Now, If this is about the end result of not going over there, then absolutely. This is what we're going towards. Because I had enough too. So this is, you know, do you get it?
No, I didn't hear too much of that. Say that again. And sit up because
Okay.
you're speaking down and we can't
Right.
really see and hear what you're saying.
Okay. Where we at? What were we talking about? Oh, the trash bin. Yeah. This is gonna be really confusing. What were you talking about? I'm sorry.
All right. Well, let me ask you this question,
Okay.
Mr. Salento. You said no one told you to go to the property to resolve some issues, correct?
No.
Did anyone tell you not to go to the property?
Yes, the judge. Yes.
Okay. And you went anyway. Is that right? You went again on the 20th of June?
Yes.
And you understand the terms of the order are you're not to go within 1,000 feet of the residence of Ms. Walmart.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
All right. So if I issue an order today that says you're not to go to the residence looking for either Ms. Walmart or Mr. Walmart or Ms. Barrett,
Yeah.
you'll stay away, right?
Yes.
Because you know what will happen if you violate the order, correct?
Yes. I have a history of that.
You'll be back in jail,
I have a history of that too. Yes.
right?
I'm aware.
Creepy. Creeper.
All right. At this time, I am going to enter the order.
When he said he had a history of jail, is that only from this incident or are there other incidents?
Not where
That is a valid question, and the judge won't answer it.
about that. I'm worried about what's happened here. Okay, we're trying to look forward and keep him from coming to your property, looking for you or for your daughter. So, at this point, I'm finding, Mr. Salento, that there is a preponderance of the evidence that suggests that your actions in the past have been harassing to petitioners in this matter, Mr. Walmart and Ms. Barrett. And so I am going to enter the order today prohibiting you from going to their property at all. Do you understand that?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
Right.
Can you understand what will happen if you violate it?
Yes.
And you know that now Mr. Walmart and Ms. Barrett know what the remedy is. They will call the police and you know what will happen to you. You get arrested.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
All right. So at this point, there is no reason for you to go to their property at all.
No.
Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed. All right.
I would like to stop it here because it takes him a little bit to fill out all this paperwork because it should be over, right? I mean, the judge gave his ruling and he's filling out his paperwork now, but it gets worse. It does get worse, so I'm gonna let it run.
Okay, I know no one listens to my intro, so before y'all leave comments about my audio, that was the old me. That was the old audio. Don't leave me a comment about my audio.
If these poor people came into court today hoping they would get a solution for their issues, they're sorely mistaken. I feel like looking to see if he's registered.
I'm agreeing with myself. Yeah.
He's almost done. He's not like Judge Manning, who already has everything filled out before somebody says anything.
It would be a first, though.
what's bad about them filling out the paperwork at the end is the dead air. But what's good about it is the microphone is normally right beside the judges, and when we try to record and they're filling out the paperwork while people are talking, they're slamming their little stamper down. So we miss a lot of what the people say because of the judges filling out the paperwork while people are talking.
We still have that issue, even all this time later. Yeah, we need T-Res. That's what we need. I haven't seen this judge in Washington since this day. I have to look again. I haven't been to Washington courts in a while.
Address on Summit Lake Road still the same?
Yes.
He was a twit.
It's a zip there.
98502.
Washington. I just looked that up. That's where they're at.
All right, he's done. He's done. He's done now. We'll get back to
Hurry
the.
up, Judge. I'm recording.
Kayla, what do we do about service in this matter since he's present? Do we email him as well?
It's actually available on our website. So the document will be available for him to view on our website. And we'll send it to enforcement.
Okay.
I just don't remember this huge long pause.
198. It's on the calendar. Walmart and Barrett versus Salento, case number 23-000198. I am going to enter
Yes. Yes, there
a full
are.
protection order in this case. I find that there's a preponderance of the evidence that Mr. Salento is aware of the existing no contact orders and he's not supposed to go to that property. There's no reason for him to go to that property. He has agreed that he knows he's not to go to that property. And so we will enter that order today.
I wonder what that means. Okay. He had a protection order or a no contact order for the daughter and the property. And now he has a protection order for these two people. So if he goes over there again, could he be charged 3 times? One for the mother, one for the father, 4 times. One for the daughter, one for the property?
To that effect.
That was an excellent question. Who asked that?
So, Mr. Salento, you're not to go to that property within 1,000 feet of the residence. You're not to have any contact with these parties. You're not to have any contact with their vehicle or their workplace. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. You're not to keep them under any kind of electronic surveillance either
Creepy.
in any way. Order is going to be in place for the next year. Mr. Salento, you can get a copy of this order from the website here at Thurston County District Court. And you will get served a copy of that by the Thurston County Sheriff at some point. Any questions, Mr. Walmart?
Yes, I just have a few questions. I'm not really sure he understands this. I mean, just listening to the way he was telling his story and things, he seems very confused about things. And the fact that he's broken a prior restraining order 3 times, I don't have a lot. I mean, I appreciate what you're doing here, Your Honor, and all the help I'm getting. I'm just not sure he understands it. And he does live 1.5 miles from where I live. He lives on Summit Lake. We use that road as an exercise to run and things. I want him to be clear that he's not supposed to contact us as well. If he sees us running or walking down the road, that is not an invitation to engage with us. And that was one thing he did with my daughter. He thought they made eye contact, so he showed up my house. He thought it was a sign. It is not a sign, Mr. Salento. If you see us walking or something on the road, it is not a reflection. We don't want contact. Just let us go. I'm just not confident about this because he's broken it 3 times, and listening to him today talking about his rambling ways, I'm really nervous about his mental state. I've seen him get very, very agitated. I've heard that from my friends that he's at his house screaming and yelling. I know the police have been there several times. I'm just nervous about this.
I understand that. Mr. Salento, you understand you're not to have any contact with Mr. Walmart, Ms. Barrett, or Hannah Walmart.
Your Honor.
Understand that?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I have
No contact any way,
No
shape,
way.
or form.
No way.
Okay.
I have $500 million on what
He has $500 million, he said. I don't know why he didn't say trillion, but I don't know. He said $500 million. So he doesn't need them, and he has plenty for bond. Don't worry. And ladies, he's probably single.
going on. I do not need to deal with them at all, Your Honor. So yes, I won't ever contact them ever again. No eye contact, no wave, no nothing. Ever.
All right, Mr. Salento,
Yes,
just have no contact. There will be no further
no
problems.
contact.
If you
ever.
have any contact,
oh
you
yes,
know what the result is likely to
exactly
be.
what they're doing. Oh yes, never
All right.
again. Or
Thank you.
anyone else. I get it.
All right. So, Mr. Walmart, I understand, but we're not in a position to know what's in his mind, to order all kinds of psychiatric evaluations and so forth. All we can do is put the order in place, and if he violates it, you have then the opportunity to contact the police, and they'll take the steps that they have to take. And Mr. Salento hopefully is aware that the more of
God,
these
I am
that
definitely aware.
he gets accumulated, the greater the penalty could be on
Ah.
him. So
Oh, yes.
Okay.
in terms of jail time and so forth. So that's something he's going to have to address and understand. We'll figure that out. Not our job to explain all of that further than what we've done so far. He's telling us on record he understands he's to have no contact.
Anyone. Exactly.
Right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Salento. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Walmart.
Do you have a course of action for me to pursue some of these other things? Because that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
watching him. Is there any, I know why we're here today and I appreciate that, Your Honor, but is there any course of action I can proceed to feel safer?
Well, number one, the court doesn't give out legal advice. So I can't advise you as to any other steps that you may want to take in relation to that. He's an adult, he's responsible for his own behavior, and if the police contact him and feel that there's a mental health issue, then that's something that they can pursue.
Okay. And they have shared that concern with me in the past, so I will pursue that.
Something they'll have to pursue.
All right. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right. You're welcome.
Looking for you in just a moment.
Oh, okay.
All right, who else thinks they need to buy a taser? A taser. We'll do this. Yes, let's just send them one. Let's just send them a taser. Okay, this next one.
And Your Honor, I just want to let the court know a little bit. Mr. Zabel, prior to entering this plea, had actually attended
Before anybody says anything, I know whenever I put this judge up, I get comments about how bad she is. I love her. I love this judge. Yeah, she is very direct, and she tells you exactly the way it is. And I'm sorry if that makes some people feel uncomfortable about this judge, but I think she's outstanding. And I wish in this one she was a little harsher. Maybe she was restricted, but yes, she talks down to him. Yes, she lectures him. Yes, I think he deserves it, and you'll see why. But if you're just going to post hate comments about this judge, go watch someone else's video, because I think she is fantastic.
So she hasn't been, people have not been posting a lot of her stuff for a long time. So up until like a year and a half ago, we only got, one or two Shacklefords here and there. I don't know why. I think she's great. I don't know why people didn't post her more. But whenever I posted a clip of Shackelford, I got flooded with comments back then about how much people just hated this judge. And I mean, it never failed. Every time I posted one of her videos, I would just get these horrible, nasty comments over and over and over again about my channel, about the judge, about my channel and the judge. And so when I put this on, I had to tell everybody, don't come at me with your comments. But they did anyway. I think they probably did because I said, don't come at me with your comments.
one of the anger management classes, an 8-hour one. I know there's a recommendation for the 12-week one. I'm not going to really fight too much on that. I just want to let the court know that he did. That was part of the reason for the plea. He had already taken some steps, and he was getting back with his counselor and everything.
Okay, but he's got some, I saw Mr. Zick was present for a second here, but.
And then alternative, also, Your Honor, we did, when we had spoken with the prosecutor had spoken with the victim. There was an offer extended of the 771.1 on this. There's a recommendation from probation, though, that he does not get that due to the charges from that, quite frankly, he was never convicted of or anything from Minnesota. That was actually something that Judge Salamone inquired about before he even accepted the plea. Those were, that was back when I think it was like 20 or something, but him and his dad had a disagreement on how, what he had to do to stay in the house. He kind of explained that to Judge Salamone. He was satisfied at that time. I asked that be given the opportunity to get the 771.1. First of all, those charges were all dismissed. They were dismissed by a plea of guilty and then some version of 771 that he was never, he was arrested, but then not, he never pled guilty. They were just dismissed. So I understand why they're holding it against him, but I think at the same time, I don't know if they should be holding it against him for the fact that Other than that, the balance of it, I don't have a problem with. My client did express a little bit of concern about being able to get the community service done, but I told him to make an effort on that before. The reason why is he's in school and he does work about 6 days a week. So I told him to make an effort to try and get that done in the next 3 to 4 months. And if he was falling short, to come back and speak, Your Honor. But
all right, well, looks like Judge Salomone took the plea and he accepted the plea. And I have a note on here that Cobb's plea to 771. This is on a file from Judge Salomone. I didn't take the plea.
yeah,
So if sentenced to anything other than delayed sentence, 6 months, fine and costs, and community service, plea can be withdrawn, right? That was the agreement. So they're recommending 12 months, but they're recommending it based on those Minnesota cases. I mean, it looks like to some degree anyway.
I mean, I wouldn't withdraw his plea over 6/12 because they'd only be eligible for they'd be eligible to be released after 6 if he completed everything, if he petitioned the court. So I wouldn't throw my hands up in the air. Really, I'm not about any of this stuff. I just would like
Don't
the
make a mess.
771 opportunity for him.
He's going to keep the 771.
Oh,
I'm going to give him the 771. I mean, he doesn't have,
then-
they're not prior convictions. I was looking to see if they were expungements or set-asides or something like that.
yeah, they were.
And
So right now she's on his side, sort of. Like she knows he did something wrong. But she's not really, upset with him. But that really, really changes real quick soon.
As far as I know, as far as the cops goes, and we have no, I'm not, a slight deviation on it isn't going to have us withdraw our plea or anything. I would just ask that we be sentenced kind of in line with what we had with the cops and the pre-sentence report.
well, we had probation violations, so he had probation down there. Right, he did probation down there.
Yes, ma'am.
And violated it.
He did 2 years. So they won't just dismiss.
To be honest, I'm going off of looking at, I don't have access to a.
I have the out of state, I have the out of state record. He did do, I mean, he was on probation. It looks like he pled guilty to at least one of them. He's gonna get his delayed sentence, but he's going to do the 12 months probation.
And here everything falls apart for this man.
That's fine.
Good morning, Your Honor. Are we addressing the Mr. Zaywall matter?
Yeah, do you have any thoughts on this, Mr. Zick? So
I have the victim here, Your Honor. That's who I was speaking with in the breakout room when I was asked to join the courtroom. So if I could move her in, please.
yes, please. I'm sorry. I didn't know she was here.
It's Miss Laura Domino. I might need Miss Maudlin's assistance. I've tried twice now to move her in. I'm going to jump back in tell her to join.
Yes, we're working on it.
That's fine.
Just give us 1 second. She called down to the Zoom clerk, Mr. Zick.
This has to be one of my favorite tongue lashings that she gives. It's to this guy right here.
Nothing's fast.
All right. You're on the bench on time. So when it takes a little bit like this, it's
Yeah,
at the end of the world.
we tried. Her and I were out here at 8:15 today, but I'll just work from out here until something's ready. Hi, Miss Domino.
Hello.
Hi, good morning, ma'am. We're on the record in the case against Nathan Zaywall. You're a complaining witness.
I have to. I can't not. I tried not to. Miss Domino. She comes in 30 minutes or less.
In this case, and as the complainant, you have a right under the Crime Victims' Rights Act to make a statement to the court if you're so inclined.
All right.
Is there anything you'd like the court to know?
Yes. I understand. I understand people get angry when driving. But for some to get out of their vehicle, come up to another vehicle, and I'm as guilty as he was for yelling. We were both yelling. But I stayed in my vehicle. I was seat belted in my Jeep. This gentleman is half my age. And he punched me. By the time I realized the man punched me, he was already gone, ran the red light that he was sitting at, and took off. Now, this was just before Christmas and New Year's. Any plans that I had for Christmas and New Year's, I canceled. Because I didn't feel right, for one thing, going out looking like I did with my face all bruised up.
He punched you in your face?
Yes.
Miss Domino?
Yes.
Miss Domino, how old are you? I don't mean to, I know we're never supposed to ask a woman this question, but out of curiosity.
I was 62 when this happened.
Okay. Is there more that you wanted to tell me?
The only other thing is, when my son found out, he was so panicked, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "What if he had a gun?" And nowadays you have to think like that. So I guess, yeah, that's all I've got to say. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to mention I did have $50 out of pocket for going to the doctors. And also I was supposed to have an MRI, but did not, due to them going to charge me over $3,000. So I ended up canceling that.
Okay. Mr. Zick, you offered this, or there was an agreement to 771.1.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And this has been explained to Ms. Domino?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Domino, the prosecutor and defense counsel made an agreement, and the agreement is the defendant's going to be put on probation and monitored. And if he is compliant with all of the terms that I order, after a year, the case would be dismissed. It would be a non-public record. But I'm inclined, if he's getting that, he's going to do everything I tell him to do over the course of his probation. You, sir, are a hothead. How old are you? You punched a 62-year-old woman in her face? In her face? My mother is 64. If you punched my mother in her face, I can't even imagine what would come over a human being, a grown man who's got a woman here sitting. Do you punch her in the face when you're mad at her? Does he punch you? Shocking. It's shocking to me that someone, you come in, you present very well, but underneath your nice shirt and your clean haircut, you're the kind of person that punches a 62-year-old woman in her face over a road rage incident. Shame on you. You are that type of person because you did it, Mr. Zaywall. You are that person. You're the type of person that does that. You're the person that does that. Thank God you don't have a gun. You can have 577.1.1. The victim's aware of it. The prosecutor agreed to it. You're doing 12 months probation.
I love
You're
her.
recommending 10 days community service. You're doing 15 days of community service in the city of Taylor. You can't have alcohol or controlled substances unless they're prescribed by a physician, and documentation will be required. And you're going to be subject to random drug and alcohol testing as deemed necessary. You're not going to smoke marijuana while you're on probation. You're going to test clean for that in 30 days.
Hey, Kim.
And if you don't like it, you can bring your doctor in, your medical marijuana doctor, if you have one, and he can explain to me about your bona fide relationship. You're not doing it while you're on probation.
So did I.
You're going to stay out of establishments that sell and serve alcohol. You're going to have no contact with Miss Domino. How long of a anger management class did you do, Mr. Dare?
8-hour, so it was like a couple, I think we broke up in 2 4-hour segments or 4 2-hour segments. So that was all that was really available, absent signing up. And
yeah,
so
you have 2 boys. So I'm hoping.
What are you livid about? I wonder. What would Maiko get mad about? Maiko doesn't get mad about anything. I don't think he's really livid because, well, wait, he did use 3 exclamation points. But look, he used 2 there. Who thinks Maiko is livid? I'm going with nah. He's probably eating SpaghettiOs, giggling at the screen.
Being that this was just the worst decision you've made, because Mr. Zaywal, you're raising young men and young women. And if young women see men act this way, then they think it's okay for men to treat them that way. And if young men see their father act that way, they think it's okay to act that way. So you have 4 little tiny humans that you're responsible for. And how you behave in front of them and the type of character you have is directly going to affect the type of people they turn out to be. You're doing the 12-week anger management class. Yeah, are you gainfully employed? Okay. No weapons, no ammunition. Have you done fingerprints? You have? Okay. And there's a fine of 50, court cost of 50, state cost of 50, crime victims' rights fee of 75. Those 2 are mandated by the state of Michigan. There's probation oversight fees of $450 and community service fee. I gave you 15 days, so it's going to be $150 of community service. Oh gosh, I'm bad at math. And Miss Domino, you said you had $50 in unpaid bills you had to pay for.
That was Bill's last stream, guys. You got to go watch it. A lot of you were already there, but for anybody who wasn't there, click that link and then click the like button.
Yes. Is there any argument about restitution of $50?
nope.
Smart. It's $875, sir, that you're going to pay over the course of probation.
I will take care of it.
You will? Okay. One of your daughters is a very young teenager. Does she know you're here today? If your daughter knows about this, I hope you two have a very serious, was anyone in the car with you? I hope you have a serious conversation about like, daddy was wrong. And this is not the way that people act. And this is not civilized. You gotta raise these kids right.
Okay, I phrased it wrong. Latest stream, not his last stream. That was my bad. And that's how rumors get started. That was not his last stream. It was his last stream. as in the latest stream that he has done so far up until this point in time. But he will be streaming again, probably tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I don't know that. But since I just said he is, maybe he should get busy.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor.
Aaron? Okay. All right, Mr. Zaywald. Those are my terms. And you'll talk to the probation department about whether or not you'd be eligible for early discharge if you paid off everything and did all of my requirements at the halfway period by law. You're entitled to request early discharge. And I'm required to tell you that. So, but you gotta do everything. Do better. All right, we are all set.
Thank you very much, Ryan.
All right, thank you.
I love that judge. I'm getting more of her. Even though I know everybody else plays her, I think I'm getting more of her because I love that judge. I would love a drunk judge. Whew, that's really hard to say when there's a camera right in your face. Everybody's saying it? All right, so that's what we got. I did get one more tiny clip today that is 22 seconds long, and 10 of that is just like dead air. That is so good, but I have to play it at the exact right time. And you guys are gonna love it. I'm gonna try my best to play it tomorrow because I can't hold on to it long. I know when I want to play it, but I don't know if I can wait that long. Okay, so this is where we stopped yesterday. Do you? Really? They don't play her a lot? Okay. All right. Then I can get her as much as I want. Or is it Beverly going around to Bill's house and knocking his trash cans over? You know about the trash cans. You know about the trash cans. Bill has $1 billion. Bill can afford it. He has $1 billion. That's a very Linus type tie, guys. This is day 2 without Linus. I'm starting to get oh, it's starting to feel like a real marriage, me and her. Yeah. Yeah. That tie is loud. I don't know. I just wish the tie was over here. I like the white tie, but I wish that tie was over here right now. No, no, she doesn't come until the 7th. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We all have $1 billion in a trust fund from the government. When I got, I'm gonna take a screenshot because it's still right on my screen. When I got Bill's latest stream, when I went to get the link for it. So this is where it opened to, and it's still there. And it looks like he's just angrily watching me do my stream. Like Bill is hardcore judging me right now. This is staring at me this whole time we've been talking. And he's judging me. He got mad because I almost killed his stream. I just said last by accident. It was one word. It was just, Bill, I'm so sorry. I gotta close your webpage because oh no, it's still open. Late. I'm rethinking my life choices right now, Bill.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Understand.
Why are you here?
Professional law.
Why?
Drinking alcohol.
What did we tell you to do?
To not drink and drive.
No. I told you not to consume alcohol. What are you doing?
Drinking alcohol, sir.
What happens now?
Bonjour.
Sure.
Yes,
Fleischer has find it back.
there you go. Goes with you.
All right, come on this way.
I did you all dirty yesterday. We would have just stayed. We would have just stayed for one more minute. We would have got he goes with you. And yesterday I'm like, nope, that's it, guys. No more. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Okay.
Scare him for a little bit. What I'll do is I'll scram on his ankle so I know that he's not consuming. And then the next time though,
I just got a massage the other night. It was really good.
no. So what I'll do is I'll put the scram on him now. I'll let him out in about 2.5 hours. Put the scram on him. But if he tests positive for alcohol again, I'm gonna keep him out. I don't care. Okay. Yeah, you can keep that set. Okay. For sure. So what I'll do is when we,
I like her pants. I did say it. Charlotte, did you not hear me? Bonjour. Is Maiko still very livid? Maiko, are you okay?
how far along are you?
5 minutes.
She's consuming alcohol while she's while pregnant.
Oh,
You're 5 months pregnant. You have positive alcohol usage on August 3rd.
no.
Am I reading Mandarin? I mean,
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
According to the device, yes, sir.
The judge knows Mandarin too? Wow, he's amazing.
the device says that you're drinking.
That was hand sanitizer at my job, which I emailed my probation officer that day. It's not alcohol. That's why they took me out the register and put me on the floor to where I won't be around anything that consume alcohol, which is the hand sanitizer at my job. And I let my probation officer know.
Sanitizer dissipates in a matter of a second. Once you put it on and you're done like this, it dissipates in a matter of seconds.
But they write down all the registers and stuff. I have not consumed any alcohol at all.
Not what this report says. Not only does this report say that you're consuming alcohol, you have excessive skips while you're on probation as well. You.
Your Honor.
Hold on a second, hold on. Okay, so April 4th, skip test. April 16th, skip test. April 18th, skip test. April 24th, skip test. April 25th, skip test. April 29th, May 2nd, May 15th, May 19th, May 22nd, June 2nd, June 4th, June 8th, June 9th, June 13th, June 16th, June 23rd, June 25th, June 26th, June 30th, July 2nd, 5th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 15th, 16th, 18th, and it goes on and it goes on as the day is long.
I was here on the 11th.
Neither.
I seen you on the 11th. We had court. And I said, I work at the register, and I explained to my manager that I had to step away from the register to blow into my device. So as soon as they understood that I'm on a case to where I had to step away from the register, then they had allowed to me, because I have 3 hours of window to blow into my device. So I had got that handled, which I told my probation officer as well. So I allowed my manager to understand to where I could keep my job, to where she can move me to a different department to where I won't keep leaving from the register to go blow into my device, so I will not be late.
Not only are you allegedly skipping, not only are you allegedly consuming alcohol, but you also have a prior DWI, felony DWI with a child from a year and a half ago.
Drug test, not passed all my drug tests, so I'm just impossible because I have, and you can go to, and they took my blood test and my doctors as well too. So I have not consumed any alcohol during my pregnancy or before my pregnancy. And when I stood before you on July 11th, I have not took any alcohol at all.
She's drunk
That's
now.
the honest truth. And I saw you on the July 11th, and then after that, when I had found out I was pregnant, they took my blood and everything. I have not consumed any liquid of alcohol down my throat.
We have clinicians that evaluate you to determine what the best course of action going forward on this probation is. They've deemed, after doing all their research, that the best way moving forward is to put you into a residential treatment program. I like to follow the advice of the clinicians because they know what they're talking about. Not only, are they saying this, but you're also providing us with evidence as to why it's a good idea. You're saying you're not consuming, but I have concrete evidence that you are, and I have dozens of skip tests when you're not supposed to be skipping.
What
I
day that
know.
was when I said I consumed alcohol? Because that's the day that I emailed my lawyer that day, and I was at work.
It's not a negotiation. That's what they're recommending, and I think that it's a good idea.
So that means I go 45 days, I lose my job, I lose my apartment, I lose my kids, might end up having a miscarriage because I'm in there for 45 days for something that I did not do. That's the reason why I'm back, because I have not.
So just the only other thing I could offer is maybe Santa Maria. Have the clinicians considered that? Did they know she was pregnant?
The recommendation was a community residential program followed by social care.
They didn't recommend Santa Maria. Did they know she was pregnant?
What's the difference of Santa Maria versus?
It's an outpatient drug residential facility treatment center for pregnant females. It's only pregnant females. She can get a bed there reserved for her, but they have to accept her into the program. It's common and felony with pregnant women, but I don't know what it's like here in misdemeanor if they even offer the Santa Maria hospital. But it's supposed to help pregnant.
All the unpregnant ladies in chat, please do your part and drink for a pregnant lady tonight. Drink for them. They need your help. I don't know. Every 6 seconds in the United States, a pregnant woman doesn't get to drink a drink. With your help, we can drink for them. Please drink for the pregnant ladies tonight.
Are you married?
No.
Who's taking care of the other kids?
Me.
You don't have any other person in your life?
Boyfriend, but
Okay, so you currently live with your boyfriend.
Mhm.
So he's got, possession of the apartment, I would imagine as well. So you're not going to lose your apartment.
Almost in my name, not
Save
his.
them,
Okay, I mean, as long as the rent is being paid, but my concern is that you're not consuming alcohol, especially while pregnant, because if you do, you're ensuring a lifelong potential problem with that child. I have evidence here that you're consuming alcohol. I have evidence here that you're refusing to blow into the machine like you're supposed to. And that's why we do these. Recommend.
I absolutely have a Jägermeister baby. My son is a Jägermeister baby.
I'm so sorry.
I know that you don't like it, but I'm sorry.
No, because I can't just stand here and just, I can understand the skill part, but the actually consuming, drinking alcohol, I can't stand here. And that's on everything I love. I have not consumed any alcohol since you put me on probation. Since we had this last conversation, I have not put a risk.
To prove to you otherwise.
Germans have alcohol in there. So it's like y'all saying that I actually took a cup. I actually put it to my mouth and I actually drunk the alcohol while I'm pregnant. I can't stand here and let that go by and feel like it's okay. Because I knew I have not. And I emailed my probation officer when it happened, when it violated on my device. I'm just national guard. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get them to understand.
I understand that you're upset.
I literally emailed her when the device was violated. When it said violation, I was at work on lunch trying to catch it before 8 o'clock. And that's when it said violation. So I'm trying to figure out, we have hand sanitizer everywhere on the registers. So that's where it came from. It have not come from no alcohol.
Not hand
Wild and
sanitizer.
crazy.
Hand sanitizer doesn't go into the actual tube that you blow into. I mean,
Your
I'm
Honor.
sorry if you,
Your Honor, would you consider if she meets the requirements for this Santa Maria outpatient?
of course.
Would you be?
Oh,
able to-
outpatient?
Yes, Your Honor. In light of the fact, like,
she's.
All you people who can drink Jaeger and Rumpelmans, please, for Jethro, drink it for him because he can't. You have to save him. He can't drink it. We have to drink it for him.
Been on probation. We've given her the opportunity to do it on her own, and you're not doing it. So that's why we have this now as the alternative. And I always tell everybody, look, I will give you the opportunity to try it yourself. If you're unable to do it, then we're going to do it my way. And I know that you're not going to like it, but that's the reality. The reality is that we don't want you to consume alcohol, especially while you're pregnant. And I've got evidence to the otherwise. And so the only way is to do it our way. I know you don't like it, and I'm sorry, but that's the reality.
Your Honor, if I may, can I have the date that you say that she tested positive for?
Here, I'll give everything to you. If you want more time to take a look at it, just you guys hang tight, go take a look, and we can come back in up here and talk. Don't leave. Otherwise, I'm going to issue a warrant.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay.
Come on up. Page 3.
Victoria, what was the name?
Castillo.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like we had more Spanish stuff that we need. Buenos días. You, Christian Castillo. Mr. Castillo, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Officers were dispatched to an apartment complex in Harris County, Texas, in response to a stolen vehicle. The complaining witness stated that her vehicle had been stolen while parked in front of her apartment complex. While officer was speaking to the complaining witness, an anonymous male rode up on a bicycle and told this complaining witness and officer that the vehicle was parked at a business next door and that someone was sleeping inside of it. Officer approached the vehicle and found defendant asleep in the back seat. Defendant stated that he was not inside of the vehicle and did not know whose vehicle it was. Officer observed that the
You
rear.
say he didn't know that he was inside of it.
Yeah. Well, he said he was not inside of the vehicle and didn't know whose vehicle it was that they were talking about. Officer observed that the rear window was broken, that certain items not in the defendant's possession were missing, and that there was damage to the steering column and ignition.
Mr. Castillo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Are you a United States citizen?
No.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Tengo un parol de un año. I have a 1-year parole.
You're here on an asylum case.
Sí. Yes.
I don't know if you are or not, and quite frankly, it really doesn't matter. The only thing I'm going to impart to you is that whatever your immigration status is, if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail, and immigration finds you because they sweep it on a daily basis every couple hours. If they find you, they will put an immigration detainer on you, and you will remain in custody until this case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration, and you will probably sit in immigration for another 6 to 9 months waiting for them to do whatever they're going to do. If you do not want that to happen, do not violate any of the conditions I put on you now. Do you understand?
Yes.
How old are you, sir?
¿Cuántos años tiene?
34 años.
34 years old.
What do you do for a living?
¿Y en qué se dedica?
Ahorita estoy trabajando en una compañía de yarda.
Right now I'm working in a landscaping company.
Where do you live?
¿Dónde vive?
Vivo en la 4101 Chaica.
Do you have an actual house or
Tiene una dirección
Pasadena.
en Pasadena.
do you live in an actual house or
¿Vive
an
en una
apartment?
casa o apartamento?
No, apartamento.
Apartment.
That's where you must stay.
Y es donde
Other
se tiene
people's
que quedarse,
cars
los
is
carros
not
de otras
a good
personas
place
no
for you to
es un
stay.
lugar para que se-
And I'm ordering you
se
now
aloje.
as a condition of your bond not to do anything like this in the future, not to break any laws. If I find that you violate this, you pick up any new cases, go into anyone else's car in an unauthorized manner, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds to get you out for free.
Para salir de gratis.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Do not violate any laws. Do not pick up any new cases. Do not go into anyone else's car for any reason. If you need to find a place to sleep, you can, not in someone else's car.
Pero no dentro de del carro de otra persona.
Do you have an income, Mr. Castillo?
¿Ingresos, señor Castillo?
¿Cómo ingreso?
What do you mean income?
Do you make money? Do you have money coming in somehow?
¿Entra de alguna manera?
No.
No.
How do you eat?
¿Cómo come?
No, trabajando ahí en la compañía de yarda.
Working at the landscaping company.
Okay, so you make money working at the
Entonces, gana
place?
dinero trabajando ahí.
Sí.
Yes.
How much money do you make a month?
¿Cómo cuánto dinero gana al mes?
Ahorita estoy ganando 2,400.
I'm earning 2,400 right now.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
¿Tiene la habilidad de contratar a un abogado ahorita?
Yo creo que no.
I don't think so.
I will have you fill out an application for me, and I will take a look at what kind of income, what kind of expenses that you have. I need to know everything about you before I appoint you a lawyer. And if you qualify, I will give you a lawyer today. But I want you to understand that I'm going to do everything in my power to protect every person and every person's property in this county. And if you violate any of that, into jail, you will go. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. There should be a Spanish one. Maybe Isabel. Okay. All right. Can you file conditions to that effect, please? Just no breaking into anyone's cars, no going into anyone's house unauthorized, no weapons. Francisco Negrete. Mr. Negrete, you're charged with racing on a highway. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On October 20th, 2024, officer observed two motor vehicles traveling on West Grand Parkway in Harris County, Texas. Officer observed the motor vehicles positioned side by side, slow to pace, then one motor vehicle sped off excessively, then slowed to a speed where both motor vehicles were side by side. The officer observed this on 3 occasions. Officer observed both motor vehicles come to a stop at an intersection, roll down the windows, and appear to communicate. Officer observed both motor vehicles rev their engines and speed off
acelerar
excessively
y
when the light changed.
exceso que sea cuando la luz cambió.
A traffic stop was
Se
initiated
inició una parada de
and
tráfico
one motor vehicle
y
sped
un
off.
vehículo huyó.
Officer made contact with the
El oficial
defendant.
contactó al acusado.
The defendant stated he did not know the driver of the other motor vehicle. He intentionally placed the motor vehicle side by side with the other motor vehicle and stated we were rolling when asked about the purpose of the position.
Cuando le preguntaron
The
el propósito de la
defendant stated
posición,
they wanted to find out which car could go faster.
cuál vehículo podía ir más rápido.
He has an eligible driver's
Tiene
license.
Do you
licencia de
have any kind of indication as to how fast they were going?
Yes, sir.
Were they,
I'm looking, Judge.
Estoy buscando.
Checking to see if we have the offense report yet,
Sí, tenemos el reporte
but it doesn't say it in the
pero no
dim.
dice resumen.
Mr. Negrete,
It doesn't say, Judge, I'm
No
sorry.
dice resumen.
Mr. Negrete, I'm going to find
Voy a
it
declarar que
probable
hay causa
cause to go
probable
forward
para
with your
continuar
case.
con su caso.
I am now putting a condition on your bond not to participate in any racing, street takeovers, donuts, reckless driving. If I find that you do this again, I will take away your privilege to drive. Do you understand? Shh.
Oh, shh. Make sure your gifting is turned on if you can. If you can. So you get a membership if someone gives any.
Living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive is an awful thing. Do you understand? There are proper places to do this. 610 or 59 or the tollway, that's not the right place. It's now a condition of your bond. Do you understand? Are you a citizen of the United States? Are you in this country with or without permission?
With permission.
I don't know if you are or not, but if you go to jail and you're not in this country with permission, or if it's expired and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until the case is over with and then shipped off to immigration. Do you understand?
Yes.
Can you file those conditions, no racing and et cetera? We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So first I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. Wait a second. You have a Texas driver license?
Yes.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Yes.
Okay, you said you ran a license?
Yeah, it's eligible, Judge.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you sign a reset, Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it. And then we'll send you on your way. When you come back, please have a lawyer.
Right this way.
Wonderful. Okay,
Just morning.
Abel. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
All right, I feel your pain.
It's not over yet either.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Close.
It's more close.
Amy,
More just
Hey, good
we're
morning.
approaching off docket on Craig Rutherford.
okay, you need an extension?
Yeah, it's every day.
I know. No extension before?
No.
One, you got it. Okay.
Thank you.
Abel, good job voting.
Of course. Have a good day.
Mr. Monks.
Your Honor, pleasure and privilege. I'm here today on a Christina Martinez. First of all, I wish I could make that coat work for me.
Good.
I wish I could, you know what I'm saying? I can't.
Well, let me tell you, we're not very impressed with Miss Martinez, I guess, huh? Is she here?
Well, they are semi-impressed.
Is that her?
Yes.
Come up, Miss Martinez.
The district attorney has recommended that they extend it with your permission, 3 months to prove and demonstrate that she can comply with the requirement. She's done everything else. She didn't ever test positive. She just had
Just
three
didn't test.
skips and 6 late. That's where she's at. And the CLO was kind enough to give me that information. I asked her if that was her hat over there. She said no.
It's my hat.
Okay.
Yes, so that he's correct. She's completed all of her required classes. She's current on her feet, so she's averaging 4 to 15 skips per month. So they wanted to extend her for 3 months.
You'll have to get a scram. but I will give it to you. She's gonna have to get a scram device so we know. No more skips. Now you must get a scram device, ma'am, so that we know that you're not consuming alcohol. We can't trust you with the device anymore. So we're gonna order you to get a scram device, and then we'll give you the 3-month extension. If you test positive, it's over.
Do I return the device that I have currently?
Monday's my favorite day.
Or how does that?
I mean, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
And Your Honor, may it please the court, I think she's in school. She's a college student right now. That's a pretty significant expense. Do you think we might be able to either waive it?
I can if I would. I don't know if I can. I don't think so.
I also have other cases on top.
What do you mean,
Domestic.
other cases on top?
My ex-partner assaulted me in February, so I'm also dealing with that. And CPS, he assaulted one of my kids this past August. So I'm also dealing with
You
those
separated from this person, or you know?
Yes, no, we're separated. I have a protection order now.
Just stay away. You know, it's not the end of the world, but you have to understand that when you have an open case, you know, your partner will use it against you as leverage in CPS cases, in divorce cases, in custody cases, and that's what they do. So you got to be careful. Don't give anybody leverage so that they can use it against
Partners
you.
are
You know?
rude.
This is the opportunity that you have, and it's a very great opportunity because if you complete it, the case gets dismissed, and now you're here because you have violations. I'm going to tell you now, it's no tolerance.
No, may it please the court. Could we, and I understand it's expensive to get that device. Could we set it for, say, if she gets it and then in a month, see how she's doing? Because I mean, she's just struggling as it is.
I'll have it with you. Half the time, a month and a half.
Okay.
No skips. She's doing well. We'll come back. She'll have to have the other device.
Okay.
Right? And then I'm down with that, Mike.
Thank you
But
very much.
like I said, any positives, and I don't care what it is, there's absolutely no tolerance now. I will not give you anything positive, I will not reset your case anymore, and I will immediately set your case for trial. You understand? There's just no excuse. If you need to find an outlet, if you are, having a rough time with life in general, there are other releases that you can use. Alcohol is not a good one.
And as I said, she has to modify her behavior so that she tests within the period of time. I mean, they're not indicating so far that she's tested positive. She just.
Well, we don't have blows to prove it. And that's
I understand that, and that's all the evidence we got.
When you don't test, we make assumptions, and the assumption is that you're drinking, and that's why you don't want to test.
Some of those, I can say that there was a couple of them that were late, not on time, but I did late because my sleep schedule has been off due to college and dealing with, the cases.
The judge he's made the decision.
Don't have to
We
say
have to have it for 45 days.
You don't, we make assumptions, and
So where did she go to get that? Okay.
so Mike, halfway, she's good, then we'll.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Thank
All
you.
Mike, you want to just do a 6-week reset then?
Yes, sir.
Instead of like.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Done. Friday.
Happy Friday to you, sir. I have Wiggins.
Lindsay, I'll hit you next.
Wiggins is the one that Anna is on, so I asked your clerk to put the motion to appoint second chair in your queue. He's set today. Anna wants him set Monday to address.
Have Wiggins?
Yes, he is here.
Bring him out.
So I spoke with, it takes me everything to not say the word Mikey, with Mr. Haddad.
Why?
Well,
you normally don't know.
That's what Munir calls me.
I guess it's a term of endearment.
It is a term.
Okay, hold on. Who has ever looked at this man and thought the word Mikey? How could he call him Mikey? It just seems so wrong, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem wrong?
Term of endearment. That's why I let him call it.
It is a term of endearment. I just, I try to have some level of respect and not do it while at the pitch. But I spoke to Mikey. And
it's Chief Mikey.
Chief Mikey.
He's busy
What a
chiefing.
professional.
So the jail calls exist in 2 separate computer systems. So they do exist, and a DA has listened to them, but their ability to listen to them is separate from them having their ability to share them. So they have requested the files be duplicated, and that has not happened. So they do exist, and they can
It's like someone going up to James Bond and say, "Hey, Jimmy, how are you?"
confirm that they listen. We don't have.
Or the judge, "Hey, Davy, how you doing?" Hi, Wolf.
Have you listened to them?
We don't have them yet, Judge. They've been requested. They have not been uploaded.
But have you listened to them?
No.
So,
to my understanding, can I listen to them before they're?
And speaking of Mr. Haddad, there was a note from a prosecutor that had. So
I just want to know if it's true.
So third person hearsay for Mr. Haddad, yes.
So Judge, there's a software called Virus in which the state can listen to all jail calls made by securities, I'm sure you know. But we don't have them in our possession until they're requested. I just saw a note from a prosecutor that they may have listened to a call, but that's, like when you said, it's hearsay. I don't really know if that's true. I just know that we have requested them.
Are those jail calls Freedom of Information Act by any chance? I want to listen to some of these jail calls.
Last week, but they're not in the portal for the defense to access quite yet.
How do you get a job doing that? I just want to listen to the jail calls all day.
Who listened to that?
That was the deputy or the investigator last week who made the phone call. I think the felony prosecutors.
So can they confirm what the allegation is? Because I don't want to keep him in ag seg if he didn't do it. I want to put him in Gen Pop if he's been good. But if he's not.
I will say ag seg versus Gen Pop, not gonna change the safety of the victim. Change the level that she can be annoyed by potential phone calls, but he's not going to be able to harm anyone over the phone.
I mean, Judge,
you don't know that though, because who knows who he's calling, who knows what he's saying for something to get done out there while he's in here.
I don't think there's no allegations of him speaking to a third party about any of this.
Well, Judge, even though we may not have personally listened to them, we have the complainant that she's the one that reported it to begin with, that she was receiving the threats from this defendant. That's how we know.
How long until we get the actual phone calls?
So, Judge, they usually take a couple weeks to actually get them to evidence. I would say 2 weeks.
I'm trying to get the phone calls as quick as possible so that we can verify what the allegation is.
Don't speak. Don't. No.
You know.
Don't question.
I'm just telling you, from the last hearing that we had, what the allegation is. The complaining witnesses also come forward to verify that there have been threatening phone calls.
I can give you a recitation of the facts.
Val Elvis, you just got a membership.
Not in front of all of these people. So I'll talk to you about that in the back.
When we mean no threats, we mean no threats. So understand, I'm trying to get it as quick as possible so that we can move forward. I don't want to keep you in ag seg if it's not true, right?
I know Miss Edie wishes to address the segregation unit inside the jail. I believe she wishes to do that on Monday. She's of course at a training today.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did admit to calling the complainant when he was before the bench last week. But I have notes in here that he admitted that. He just said, I was.
Can you get them as soon as humanly possible so we can make this definitive one way or the other,
Yes,
please?
Judge. They were immediately requested.
Do you think that we should subpoena the officer here? Would that make things go quicker?
No, Judge, I mean, generally, the jail has received our requests. It just takes a little bit of time because generally these are hundreds, thousands of calls that they have to put on the portal, Judge. It takes time. It really just, we just need a little bit of time. That's it.
My understanding with my conversation with Mr. Haddad is that they can be listened to by the DA now. So if you like, we can send somebody, like I can go with the DA and the.
Listen to it too?
Well, yeah, Judge, the problem is, again, there's thousands of these calls most likely. So to actually get to the call where we know the threat was made is going to take a long time. We need the investigator to give us the date and time.
Imagine the logistics of trying to identify the phone call, the time.
Well, my understanding is it's like a filter. You just put in either the time and date or even the number dialed. So I think you would have the CW's number.
We put it off for one more week since it's already been a week.
Can we do two, Judge? I think if we do two, I mean, it's
Don't
not
speak.
gonna, and if we get them beforehand, Conrad will do his due diligence. He will contact Munir. We can get it on the docket earlier than 2 weeks, but I don't want to keep putting it on when Mr. Wiggins is not gonna get anything out of it.
I want to set Monday to address the SEG, because while I'm here and speaking confidently about one thing, Miss Edie is going to speak confidently about another, which is the segregation, and I have no information about how that works. I know she wishes to have a conversation with the court. So I asked to keep them on Monday.
Yes.
And assuming that they can listen to them, figure out how, perhaps we can all go into a room on Monday and do that very quickly.
Let's see.
Yes, Judge.
If you can, wonderful. Let's try it.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right.
What
Mr.
about-
Wiggins, we'll see you Monday.
Thank you.
Hi, guys.
I'll bring her 2 hours right now.
Nathan, anything else you wanted to talk about?
I've got another client who is considering pleading. And if she makes a decision to plea, I might have to preview it to you to make sure you would accept. Last name Kurtz, Nolan Kurtz, his last name.
Is it a DBI second?
No, it's a first, PTI, she was unsuccessful.
I'm okay with it. You want time served?
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
okay. She's still
As
considering it
long as
now.
it's not like a second.
No, it's not a second.
No,
She's considering it
Just a-
now.
she's in PTI now?
She was just kicked out of it.
She was kicked out.
Yes.
They don't want to keep running.
No, she tested positive once, I think in March, had a traumatic June, admitted to consuming alcohol in June after being placed on zero tolerance, and then there were some skip tests on the blow and go.
Okay, you guys tell me what you want to do.
Well, she's making a decision now. So
If, I'm gonna set up a trial.
well, and that's her decision, is to either plea or
So
say.
what, Kurtz, you said with a K?
Nolan Kurtz. Last name is both Nolan and then Kurtz. Is that?
Oh, it's 565, so it gets like a very short,
Yeah, yeah.
tell her it's a short trial setting.
So I don't know grammar. What is a straight line?
A hyphen.
A hyphen. So Nolan hyphen Kurtz. This shows you how much I paid attention in English.
Washington,
So we'll approach on either.
can you sign the PR form for your test?
I did. I thought I did. Lindsay,
Yes,
hey, hi.
hi. The information in the comment in the chat is pretty much it.
Amy, it's with you. Lindsay has a fugitive case.
There's waivers for Sonia also.
Okay.
This is Mr. Roberts and Mr. Linden. Right here, I have them right here, Your Honor.
Good morning, gentlemen. Both of you guys are before me because you have cases out of state. And looks like you guys want to both waive formal election
Will Lori smile this time? Will we get Lori to smile?
tradition. Is this right?
Correct.
Okay, so you must be Mr. Roberts?
Yes, sir.
And you're Mr. Lemon. All right, so Mr. Roberts, you're wanted out of the state of Louisiana for felony fraud, felony prohibited acts, scheduled versus penalties. Are you waiving formal extradition?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we wish you the best of luck. Mr. Lemon, you are wanted out of the state of Washington for theft in the second degree, theft in the first degree, 5 counts of that, criminal impersonation in the first degree. Are you waiving formal extradition? Okay, guys, we wish you the best of luck. Take care. Can we give you a pause number?
Sure.
Okay. It's 252-2939.
Hi, Kay.
On Avila, right, Lindsay?
That's right.
Okay.
Daniel Ricardo Avila? I don't see a fugitive case.
No, Judge Rodriguez directed me to you for, I suppose, advice because he doesn't know the answer. And he
Okay.
thought and the question is, why hasn't the hold dropped yet? And how can I get it dropped since it's been past 10 days?
Oh, it's out of county. If it's 10 days.
Oh, I show, oh, no, it's out of state, out of,
It's a fugitive hold, but they place it in another county, I guess, is what I'm thinking. That's usually what happens.
okay, so you have an out-of-state fugitive case, but it's in Millard County. It's not with us. So what I would do is reach out to Millard County. There should be a DA out there who handles all the fugitive cases and see what you can do about, perhaps they'll give you a bond, I don't know. My feeling is that they probably won't do anything until they have his body there.
Okay, so
So typically what happens is here, it looks, your guy's got what, an ag rob, a failure to ID, and a theft. Once he takes care of all the cases here, at that point, they'll probably ship him off to Millard County to deal with the fugitive case out there. Now, just for example, let's say your guy gets 10 years on the ag rob. Chances are, at that point, they would probably drop the fugitive case because he's doing time in TVC. Even if it's 2 years, don't they normally, at that point, dismiss the fugitive, right?
Yeah, we wait
What
for
I've
the
seen.
to pick up and then we discuss
So,
it.
you need to reach out to Millard County.
Yeah, I forgot my camera was off, Treasure X, and I'm sitting over here. And my camera's off. Hello.
And see what they say.
well, Your Honor, the issue is, I don't understand what is the purpose of the 10-day time limit then? Various sheriffs have told me that if they don't come get him in 10 days, then he's
That's
released.
wrong. That's wrong. The 10 days is for, oh, well,
10 days is for another county to come and pick
and I
him
guess
up.
they do have to come pick him up, right? But, I mean, he's in jail and the time is told while he's not made bond.
Well, they're both state matters anyways, so that's a big question.
You know what I mean?
He's ready to post the bond, he just hasn't yet because he didn't know.
It's a whole with our state.
Hey, Vic,
Yeah.
Vic. Hey, Mr. Gans, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Great to see you though. Happy
Great to see
Friday.
you.
So on an out of county, when they've not made bond, the 10 days is told, right? Don't they normally toll it? So the 10 days doesn't start until they've made bond on everything, because then that releases a hold for the 10 days to start. He's not made bond on the ag rob, so I don't think the 10 days even starts.
That is I'm not saying you're wrong, it's just that is the exact opposite of what Harris County told me, the sheriffs.
I'm just telling you from experience, because we here in Court 5 deal with all the out of county stuff. And, you know, usually something like this, they wouldn't pick them up. So he'll have to sit once. Why have you not made bond on the ag rob?
Because he didn't want to post the money on the felony if during the 10 days he was going to be picked up by Utah anyway.
It's told.
Even if it's a fugitive case, right, if he has a detainer in another state, right, that fugitive state hold isn't going to start. It should be a 14-day period for the other states to come get him, but that's not gonna start until
That doesn't start.
state matters here.
Let me do this. I'm going to send you Day Kim. Do you know who Day Kim is?
Yes.
I'm going to send you his email address now. Reach out to him. And perhaps he may know someone in Millard County that he can put you in touch with. But he should hopefully be able to also reiterate what I'm telling you, because typically what I see, if they've not made bond, the time is told. Is it last name first?
So when you say the time is told, does that mean that he should be able to get out now since the time is
Say it again?
Told as in it doesn't count towards the 10 days?
I don't think that's right.
While he has his ag rob here, he's not gonna be able to have his hold finished on that out of county.
Right. What did I just do? Yeah, I'm sorry to give you the bad news, Lindsay. But I'm just telling you what I know from experience. You know, I'm sorry to be the bearer, but I just.
So I guess you can post the bond and then wait another 10 days.
So once you post that bond, that's when the 10 days should start running. And then after the 10-day, hopefully it'll lift the hold.
So let's just assume that he posts the bond right now and he waits another 10 days and Utah has not made any communication. The hold is still there. How do I get it off?
You also need to get in contact with Millard County to make sure that they don't have, that if they're gonna lift their hold or if they're actually gonna try to come get him. That's what I would do.
But you can understand, Your Honor, that if I do that, I'm giving the prosecutors over there a chance to come get him.
Yes, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, I know, but they know anyways, Lindsay.
Right.
You know, they know anyways. Are they gonna come get him? I don't know. I don't even know what he's wanted for. Maybe it's like
doubtful.
I mean, if it's like a suspended license case, where's he want it from? Let me see.
It's from Utah.
Yeah, is
and
Utah gonna come get someone for a suspended license? I don't know. I mean,
doubtful.
because anytime they come get someone from one state to the other, it's usually like $3,500 to $5,000 just for the expense. Are they gonna spend that for a license case?
So
again, we have people here from all the states. We should really start a business transporting prisoners, because look at that. It costs $5,000 to bring someone from Utah to Texas, Texas to Utah. We could all be making all this money transporting prisoners. It's very safe.
if I call them and they drop the hold early, then I don't have to wait the 10 days, right?
Do this also, reach out to Day, see what they have to say about it, and then, if you have any more questions, come back and I can talk to you more.
Millard? Is it Millard?
Okay.
Not right?
Sure, happy to help, Lindsay.
Judge, real quick.
Say it again. Oh, yeah. No, hold on.
He's a Spanish speaker, so.
Come on. ¿Qué te dije que no puedes hacer? ¿Qué te dije que no puedes hacer? ¿Qué hiciste? ¿Qué pasa ahora? ¿Qué pasa ahora?
En la cárcel.
Right, goes with you. No. Yo te dije.
Dile a mi esposa. Judge, we were gonna take a plea today, after all. We had a probation plea on it. We can do it today, Judge.
But he's blowing really high. And it's
Judge, if we can't possibly work it out with the.
I'm happy to do it.
Let's work it out today, okay?
But okay, we can take him for now and then we'll let you, whatever you want. Yeah.
I see.
You're so nice.
James,
Your Honor, may I approach?
tell me.
Judge, I'm approaching Mr. Hubler. He's in the jury box. He tested negative today, so that's some good news. And he's also checked himself into an inpatient drug rehab program with Salvation Army. And Mr. Hubler, Judge, I'm sorry, he's right there in the jury box.
Send him for a drug test, right?
Yes, Judge, he tested negative.
Come up, Mr. Hubler.
And Judge, I have an agreement with the state where if he completes that drug treatment program with Salvation Army and also gets employment and some residential information, that they'll dismiss the case. And so.
Good job testing negative.
So
great. That's all we're asking you to do, man. Stay clean. That's all. I'm not.
No, we have to keep costs down. So we can't afford to be armed. Nope. We got to keep costs down. Sorry. Give him a paper cut.
Asking to split the atom here, when you're clean, good things happen, the other thing is that you've taken off on us.
I did, sir. I didn't have a way. Judge, can I explain that? Here. Sure. Judge, he was in Tomball at the time. He had no transportation, and isn't that right? Mr.
Yeah, I
Hubler?
was homeless.
So today he walked from Salvation Army to here for court, but he just had no transportation, Judge. He let me know that before court that he couldn't get over here. There's no.
Why are you homeless?
Okay, you can be armed.
Man, I screwed my life up. I had 3.5 years clean and sober, and I got.
All of a sudden, you boom home.
Man, I screwed my life up. We can all sit here and say that right now, can't we? We can all just say, man, I really screwed my life up.
Yes, that doesn't happen.
No, I left the place up. My friends I was staying with, they were back on drugs, and we got into a big argument and fight. And
what do you have in your life now?
I have my family. We're just being. I know I was on drugs. My family doesn't accept that.
Good, as they shouldn't.
Exactly.
I don't want someone who's in my house all doped up. They're
That's-
when you're in a state like that, you're very vulnerable, right? You get angrier quicker, you have no patience. And the people who suffer the most are everyone around you when you're using, and it's not fair. And it's not fair for them to have to live with that kind of fear. Oh my God, is he using? What's gonna happen today? Is he gonna beat me up? Is he gonna? No one wants to live like that. So it's only natural. You know what I mean?
I chose to be homeless in a sense. I pushed away from them.
Yes, of course.
So, I still have my family, thankfully, now, since I did have clean and sober before, I got them back in my life and I pushed away. So
Where are you living now?
And now I'm at the Salvation Army living.
Why don't you go back home?
I want to finish this program. I want to get it right this time.
It's a 6-month inpatient drug treatment at the Salvation Army, Judge. And then he's planning to do a transitional living
Yeah,
after that.
to make sure I get it right again, because I did it before and I had 3 years clean and sober, and I got injured at work, and I didn't think I was going to get my hand back. I had 3-4 surgeries to get my hand back functioning.
Cognizant that you have a very, very addictive personality. So when you get injured, even if it's something catastrophic, if they prescribe you painkillers, you need to have the wherewithal to know, okay, I can't take this. I'll take 4 Advil, or you take Motrin, something else, because
We need to figure out first what's the cheapest way. What is the absolute cheapest way? Trains, planes, automobiles, not buses. I don't think we're going to need buses. Maybe we need buses. Like Louisiana, Harris County to Louisiana, they have buses. So we need to find the cheapest form of transporting them. Now, if we don't already own an automobile, and mine is not able to run that far, so we should probably look at. Oh yes, we can deck it out. We can get an old rickety school bus that's like abandoned somewhere for free, and we can deck it out. Yes, put we could put different themed cages in. All right, yeah, we could have different themes. We could have a Star Trek cage and a Harry Potter cage, or or DUI cage, or domestic violence cage. Depends, your crime, what you get. You either get 1 blanket or 2. Blankets are expensive, but we could Uber them. And I think that we get to, like, try to get that money back. Not that any criminal is ever going to pay us, but we can assign court fees to them and get all the money back in the end if they ever pay, which they don't. Partridge Family Bus Prison Transport. I wish there was a P word I could put at the end of that. Anyway, that's if they're felony. If they're felony, that's their blankie. We can't make them walk because they'll commit crimes. They have to be detained in some way, Nicolas Cage. We could get him to help. We get him to help. I think what we really should find out is who charges the most. Who pays the most for this? So like he's saying here they pay 3,000 to 5,000 in Harris County. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania probably wouldn't pay that much. So we need to find the cities that are paying the most to get their prisoners back. And then we start there, and we just do like 4 or 5 a day, not too many. 20,000 a day is fine. Let's not be greedy, guys.
you can't take benzos, you can't take it because it's just going to spiral out of control. There are a lot of people that they can take one and be done with it, and then there are others that
I'm not one of them.
right. So what do we do?
So Judge, can we get a little bit of a longer reset so he can keep doing that program with Salvation Army and then maybe we
I
can.
don't know, because I want to make sure that he's clean and sober, and I need to know that he's not using while he's out there. So I'm happy to give you a reset, but longer, I don't think that that's a wise thing.
Do you want to drug test him in 30 days, Judge? What is your thoughts?
They drug test me randomly there all the time.
How long of it, for this to work out for a dismissal, how long are we
Well,
talking?
it's a 6-month program he's doing, and then he's going to the transitional living facility.
Yeah, and they
And so,
test that
and there he's
randomly
planning
too.
to get employment, and I think that Michael wants proof of some sort of employment after he completes it.
You know, Michael, I'm on board with you. I think it's a great opportunity to dangle a dismissal for proverbial sobriety, right? But I think that, number one, we need to know that he's enrolled, because how do we know that he's enrolled? Other than his,
I can get some sort of
Could
paperwork.
you text that documentation to me and I can give it to the judge?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Here-
have to- Can you write your number down? Because I don't have my cell phone. They take your cell phone for.
in life, you're only as good as the proof that you have. If you don't have proof, you don't have anything.
I understand.
I'm not gonna take your word for it. Like, I don't take anybody's word for it. I need proof. So, and I think that
Judge, I will say I am proud of the defendant because this
Yeah,
is
and
the
we-
way he presents himself today, so different from his arraignment. It is so different. And I know he fled a couple times, but I think this is all stemming from his lack of sobriety. So this is why I made the offer that I made in this
See?
case.
good things happen when you're clean,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So, let's do this. Let's set this off just a couple weeks. 2 weeks. I need proof that you're in the program. I need you to get it to James. Don't flake out on us again, because if you don't, no more PR bonds. You understand? So if you can show me the proof that he's actually enrolled before the next reset, I'll waive the appearance.
Yes, Judge.
Okay? And then you stay in the facility, just take it day by day, get it done. And then from there, we'll do like 30-day resets to make sure that he's in compliance with the program. He's still in it. If it gets too long and you get booted out or you're not doing it, I'm gonna set your case for trial. So just stay with it. Good things will happen for you. Okay?
Thank you, Judge. I'll get a 2-week for now.
Good job, Mr. Okay, for sure.
Or we could make them all.
I
wear
forgot
a
to ask a
red
question on
leather bag.
Mr. Wiggins, Judge. Oh,
So
you're fine.
I'm gonna
Take your minutes.
forget.
We don't need anything from you.
Oh, I don't know. I don't care. I was resetting him for Monday and then the coordinator reminded me that he was bond. They didn't have a bond set. I forgot about that.
Ah, did he just call her the coordinator? Ah, so, okay, so let me get this straight. You're gonna call him Mikey, but you're gonna call Victoria the coordinator? Breathe. Rude. She's sick. Remember, she's sick. She's got a cold. Or somebody in there does.
This is really a shame. You know, you had such a great program in the palm of your hand that if you would have completed successfully, they would have dismissed this case. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that one day, may not be tomorrow, may not be next.
I don't know if Victoria's sick. On Friday that we're watching right now and yesterday, somebody keeps sneezing and sneezing and sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. So I said Victoria's sick. That's how rumors get started.
Year, may not be a year. One day you're gonna go, damn it, why the hell didn't I get this thing dismissed? Because it will now reflect as a conviction on your record. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any cases that you pick up. And I'm also going to tell you that if you ever get pulled over and even you have the slightest smell of anything funky, you will probably pick up another DWI. And this time facing a year in custody. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol or anything, get in the car because you're taking a humongous chance. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen or a possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. It will reflect as a conviction on your record for the rest of your life. You understand? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty? It is above a 0.15, right?
Yes.
Is it true or untrue that you had above a 0.15? Give me 1 second. Your blood alcohol level was, it's true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't know
Your
what it was.
BSC was above that number.
Okay, yes.
All right, ma'am, how do you plead to the offense?
Guilty.
Find you guilty, and I will sentence you to 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days. Do not drive until you get a license. What do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher,
Sure.
in A-Leaf ISD.
Really?
Yeah.
It's going to impact you, man. Because you were a teacher, I will roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. Otherwise, you would be paying a $3,500 fine and fee to DPS. And if you don't pay that, you lose your license until you pay. I want you to understand that I'm doing this because you're a teacher. I'm taking away a bunch of money that you would normally owe. But I'm going to be on notice now. You come back with another DWI. The fines and fees normally add up to around $7,000, not to mention a minimum of 90 days in jail.
Okay.
We're not asking much. All we want our streets to be safe.
Yes. Understand.
Judge, to be clear, this is Miss Nolan Kritz. This is not a 0.15 DWI, Judge, and I didn't file the plea that way. This is a Class B misdemeanor DWI.
I thought I saw that it's a 0.15.
No, my plea, Judge.
Oh, okay. So no, it's not a point. Thank you for telling me.
Yes, Judge.
It's not a 0.15. Disregard that. So basically what that means is from now on, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail, not 90. That's how the difference.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So how do you plead to the offense, ma'am?
I took it down.
I'll find you guilty, sentence you to it. Good luck to you. Okay. All right, guys.
And that was an urgent suspension?
Right,
No,
one more
180,
person.
but CC, you can run. Okay. Nathaniel, I don't see intent. I may be wrong, but what I see.
This one.
Judge, he turned himself in to Montgomery County because he's on dual probation up there. And he went to Montgomery County, he turned himself in. And while he was in custody there, that's when the motion to adjudicate for here were filed. He did, prior to him going into custody in September 6th, he tested positive for methamphetamine.
Mr. Freeze has been testing positive for methamphetamine. And
he would test negative today if you were to test it.
And I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. Yes, sir. Do not to use, and I've repeatedly told you not to pick up theft cases, Mr. Freeze, and you're on.
He didn't pick up any theft cases, Judge. What he did is he had a motion to adjudicate in Montgomery County. He knew that. He turned himself in. He called his probation officer, told him he was turning himself in, and he had to do 180 days there, and he's no longer on probation in Montgomery County.
Can you run an NCIC on Mr. Freeze to see what, if anything, is open, please?
Yes, Judge.
This is a really sad case, Mr. Freeze.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to just move on. Like, I'm trying to go to trade school, so I'm here just trying to get this over with, to be honest with you, sir.
One reason, and one reason only, for all of the 15 to 20 theft cases that you have now. And
drugs.
He's aware.
That
He's had 11 arrests in total, Judge. The burglary of the building, that's what he had the adjudication on.
Yes.
So it doesn't look like there's anything else, Judge.
So when did he pick up the burglar of the building? While he's on probation here?
No, that was before he was put on probation here.
We put him on probation
Nobody can afford, nobody can afford to hand out carrots, potatoes, and cucumbers. Those are expensive. No way.
In 21.
He had the burglary building up there prior to being put on probation here.
From what I could see, he got placed on probation in June 2nd, 2022. He picked up a possession charge on May 15th, 2021, but it wasn't filed until August 8th, 2023. And then he did the 180 days, in Montgomery County for that. That's all.
You know, Mr. Freeze, let me enlighten you with something. You know, do you know who John Belushi is?
Yes, sir, I do.
John Belushi was just one of the just pinnacle actors in the 70s. And that dude was freaking a genius. And one of the biggest things that he had, and one of the biggest problems he had, was the dude partied like a freaking animal. And what he was doing was just
everything.
The kind of dope that he was doing would kill a small farm animal. You know, you, my friend, are the same way that Belushi was. And it's a matter of time before your body gives out on you and you end up in the same way. He died at what, 33 years old, right? Give or take. How old are you now?
28.
28 years old, and you're not a spring chicken anymore, and you don't look like you're in the best of shape. Your body can only put up with so much. And if you continue with the lifestyle that you've led for the past 4 years, your body is going to give out when you're 30 years old.
I can already feel it. Yes, sir.
So you need to make a complete and utter lifestyle change before you die, because you're headed the same way John Belushi is right now.
That's the road I'm trying to go down. I'm trying to change. Yes, sir.
It's mind over matter.
And I will. Yes, sir.
The other problem is that it's very tough to believe you, because when people are using, they are the best actors in the entire world. They'll sell you the sun, the moon, and the stars and tell you that the sky's purple and have you believe in it. So what you tell me goes in this year and goes out that year, because I have extensive experience with you. So Carl, what we're going to do now is I'm sending him for a drug test. Okay. I want to come back on Monday. I'm not letting you go. Not one iota. And if I have to put you in a treatment facility, I'll do it in a heartbeat to get you to stop. But you are going to stop. And if it means me keeping you on probation for another 3 years, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat.
I understand,
Do
sir.
you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'm sending him for a drug test now. It's kind of late, so we'll come back on Monday, and then we'll go and see where we head from. Are you working now?
Actually, so I have an offer letter for Monday. My first job is Monday. I could show you, or my first day of work is Monday. I have an offer letter on my phone. I could show you. So
doing what?
Cleaning pools as a repair technician. So
Going to work at Pool Tech as a,
and I have official offer letter on my phone that I can provide if you need to see it. But Monday is my first day of work.
next Friday.
Oh, no, we don't do cases on Friday. What days do you have off?
As of right now, I'm not sure, but because like I said, Monday is my first day of work, but I work Monday through Friday. But if I have to take a day off, I'll tell them.
If you're using, it's just not going to go well.
Oh, I have to pass a drug test to get this job, so I'm confident that yes, sir, I understand.
So let's do this. I'm going to set the case for Monday because I want to know what the drug test is going to show.
Okay.
If you're positive, then I'm going to need to talk to you.
Understand.
Okay, if it's negative, then, I'll give it, sometime in the week that we'll need to talk to him.
Yes, sir.
You need to speak to your employer. to
I'm gonna
see
call him as soon as I get out of
have
here.
off so that you can come in and speak with us so we can
Anybody's appearance is Wade Monday.
figure out pending the drug
That's the
test. We need to know.
attorney.
Negative, then he doesn't have to be here.
Right, for now, it's waived, depending on what the drug test says. If it's positive, I'm gonna need it.
Okay.
Sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Guess what, guys? My daughter, my oldest, she got a job at a bakery. So they're training her on how to make all this stuff. So today, she was trying to learn, I hate when it does that, a Victorian something or another design. So she did this, okay? Okay. This is just her at work training to do it. She's new. That's in my refrigerator right now because it was just her practice cake. It, it's in the refrigerator right now. My refrigerator. Me. I can eat that whenever I want. I can go eat some right now. Right this second. Guess what I'm about to do? That looks like a good breakfast, right? I think so. Okay. I know. I'm so excited. I kept saying after I got divorced that I was just gonna start dating a woman who's a baker because that's all I want. Is I just want to come home from work and have a cake like that way, or wake up to scones and biscuits and I don't know whatever muffins, blueberry muffins or something. I don't know. And then my daughter became a baker, so now I could just eat all of her mistakes. Come on, honey, do a bad day, do a bad job today. Bring home all your mistakes. All right. So, rough start. Thank you so much, Fossey, for calling me. Always call me. Always call me as soon as you want to. Like, whenever you think you might. You don't have to worry about it. Um, I just looked for Shackleford and there's no content on her site at all. So I think she probably like if she streams at all, she probably immediately takes it down. But that's fine because I'm good with that. Um, I'm good at finding that. So I'm going to try to get some more of her. And I think that's why no one else is getting her because it's not like pre-recorded and just waiting for them to go and look through it. You don't have to give me 30 minutes. You can, or you can. Hey, but the good news, guys, I had like 40 minutes of sleep, so I'll be fine in Judge Fleischer's court today. I'll be there. Fozzie Rapones. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get on top of that and get some more of Shackleford because I really like her. But I'm every Monday I get super super excited because we had 2 days with no courts. Now the courts are back again, and I just never know what I'm gonna get today. I never know what craziness is gonna walk into court today, and I always hope I can get it. I always hope I pick the right links because you never know. I mean, there's so many links and they all disappear right away and I can only choose, you know, 3 of them. I have to choose 3 from all these and hope that I get the good 3 out, which it's been working except for yesterday. Yeah, cake. Cake. All right. I'm going to get ready for courts. Open it up in 22 minutes. Wow, I'm really late today. I will I will see you guys in Judge Fleischer's courtroom in just a few hours. 2 hours. Or I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming out. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, mods. Thanks for getting the talk about illegal substances out of my chat because I don't want to get demonetized. Have a good day, guys. See ya.
Got these lights that cause digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes mirror sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With extreme, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm.